All right, today we're going to peel back the layers of the human mind and take a hard look at the hidden mechanics of influence and manipulation. We're going to explore this invisible code that's running in the background of human behavior, and trust me, by the end of this, you're going to see it everywhere. So let me ask you something. What if I told you that before you even started watching, I already knew something about you? I know you're curious, and I know you want to see that code, the one running in the background of, well, all of us. Okay, let's try a little experiment. Super simple. Right now, just think of a number between 1 and 10. Go on. Got it? Okay, hold that number in your mind. Now, what if I told you there's a really, really good chance you picked the number 7? If you did, hey, you're not alone. And even if you didn't, I bet you know someone who would have. See? That little moment, that wasn't magic. It was a predictable pattern. And these patterns, these hidden rules, that is exactly what we're here to dive into. Okay, so first things first, we got to get a handle on the brain's hidden rules. These are the invisible forces that are constantly, and I mean constantly, guiding your decisions whether you realize it or not. Let's start with a big one of the most famous and frankly chilling experiments in history, the Milgram experiment. The setup was pretty simple. A person in a lab coat, the authority figure, instructed participants to deliver what they thought were increasingly painful electric shocks to another person. Now, before they ran this thing, psychologists predicted that maybe 1% of people, the true sadists, would go all the way. The reality? 65%. You heard that right. Nearly 2/3 of ordinary people administered a shock they believed could be fatal. And why? All because someone with a clipboard told them to. This uncovers this terrifyingly powerful switch in our brains, our deference to authority. And this wasn't some one-off fluke either. You see it again and again. In the Stanford prison experiment, normal college kids became cruel guards. In the Auschwitz test, people literally denied what they saw with their own 2 eyes just to fit in with the group. So what's the key takeaway here? It's this. Our brains are fundamentally wired for social survival. Fitting in, obeying authority, conforming. To our subconscious, that often feels way more important than being right or logical. It's an ancient survival instinct, and it's still running the show. Let's try another quick one. Wherever you are, just cross your arms naturally without thinking about it. Now look down. Is your left arm over your right, or is it the other way around? Now, try to do it the opposite way. Feels weird, doesn't it? Kind of unnatural. Well, that automatic preference, it isn't random. It's like a tiny physical map of how your brain creates shortcuts for comfort and control. Our minds are absolutely full of these hidden habits, and it just proves we operate on autopilot far more than we like to think. So, if our brains have all these hidden rules, you can bet someone has written a playbook to exploit them. Let's open it up and see what's inside. First up, gaslighting. This is a tactic designed to make you question your own memory, your own sanity. By insisting that never happened, or you're just being crazy, they attack your perception of reality itself. It destabilizes you, leveraging our deep, deep need for a stable, understandable world. Next is love bombing. This is like a tsunami of affection and attention. It's designed to tap right into our fundamental need for connection and belonging. The goal is to make you totally dependent on that high, giving the manipulator immense control the moment they decide to pull it away. And a classic you see everywhere, the scarcity principle. That limited time offer or only 2 left message, it triggers our ancient hardwired fear of missing out, our FOMO. It forces a quick emotional decision, completely bypassing our logical brain. To see how truly devastating these tactics can be, look no further than cult leader Jim Jones. He didn't start by asking for total devotion. No, he started with small requests. This is the foot in the door technique. Every yes made it harder to say no to the next, bigger request, until it all ended in an unimaginable tragedy. And here is the most chilling part of that whole story. The followers of Jim Jones weren't weak-minded or foolish. They were teachers, lawyers, everyday families. They were intelligent, educated people, just like us. This proves that no one is immune. So if we're all vulnerable, how in the world do we fight back? It's time to build a mental shield. Let's talk about how to recognize these tactics and, more importantly, how to counter them. Here are 3 powerful counterweapons. First, the gray rock method. You become emotionally unresponsive, as boring as a gray rock. Manipulators feed on drama. If you give them nothing, they have no fuel, and they lose interest. Second, use strategic silence. They hate avoid. After they make an unreasonable request, just stay quiet. The pressure of that silence will often make them talk more, reveal their true motives, or even back down. And third, label the tactic. By calmly saying, "That feels like you're trying to guilt trip me," you're not just defending yourself, you're showing them you see the game. It breaks the spell and takes their power away. And this brings us to the final mind twist. Because once you learn to see these patterns, you can't unsee them. You start to see the hidden code running beneath every conversation, every advertisement, every single human interaction. Remember that number trick from the start when I guessed you might have picked 7? It wasn't magic. It's because in many cultures, 7 is perceived as unique or lucky. It just stands out from the numbers around it. It's a psychological shortcut. And now you understand the principle behind it. So I'll leave you with this thought. Understanding these hidden rules doesn't just make you harder to manipulate. It gives you the ability to see the invisible forces that shape our world, to see what others can't. The real question is, what will you do with that knowledge?